The Axeman of New Orleans, jazz, murder, and mystery. New Orleans, 1918, a city known for its music, its culture, and its vibrant spirit. But for nearly a year, it was also known for something much darker, a shadowy figure that slipped through the night, wielding an axe and leaving a trail of death in his wake. They called him the Axeman of New Orleans. From May 1918 to October 1919, a series of brutal murders rocked the city, leaving the people in a state of terror. The Axeman's reign of fear was unlike any other, targeting families, breaking into homes, and leaving cryptic messages behind. The first known attack occurred on May 23, 1918, when Joseph and Catherine Maggio, an Italian-American couple, were found in their home, brutally murdered with an axe. The killer had chiseled a panel out of the back door to gain entry, and their throats had been slashed with a straight razor before being bludgeoned with their own axe. Within weeks, another attack occurred. This time, it was Louis Bisuma and his mistress, Harriet Lowe, who were found bludgeoned in their bed with a bloody axe left behind. Although they both survived the initial attack, Harriet later died from complications, and Louis became a suspect in his own attack. But the pattern was already clear. The Axeman was just getting started. So, what makes the Axeman so different from other serial killers? Unlike many, the Axeman had a unique pattern. He always used the victim's own axe or tools left at the crime scene, and he always seemed to choose Italian grocers as his primary targets. But what really set him apart were the strange, almost ritualistic aspects of his attacks. He always broke in through a door panel, he never stole anything of value, and he always left the weapon behind. Many believed he was driven by more than just the urge to kill. Was he targeting Italian immigrants for a reason? Was it personal? Was it all just a twisted game? And then, in March 1919, he did something that threw the entire city into a frenzy. He wrote a letter to the newspapers. Claiming to be sent from the very gates of hell, the Axeman promised to spare anyone who played jazz music in their homes on the night of March 19th. And that's exactly what happened. The city erupted in a cacophony of jazz, every home and club filled with music, and no murders occurred that night. The Axeman's letter was bizarre, taunting, and filled with cryptic references. It even described himself as a demon from the hottest hell. But was it just a hoax, or a psychological tactic to keep the city in fear? Let's take a closer look at the theories surrounding the Axeman's identity. Who could have committed these brutal crimes and why? Some believe the Axeman was connected to the Mafia. At the time, New Orleans had a significant Italian-American community, and many of the victims were Italian grocers. Could these murders have been a message to the community, a vendetta, or part of a protection racket? But there's little evidence linking the Axeman to organized crime. No clear motive and no suspect emerged. Another theory suggests the Axeman was a deranged local resident, possibly a lunatic who had escaped from an asylum, or someone who suffered from mental illness and lived in the shadows. But again, there were no reliable witnesses, no sightings that matched, and no clear motive. And then there are those who believe the Axeman was something beyond human. The bizarre letter, the seemingly superhuman ability to enter homes without being seen, and the strange choice of victims have led some to believe he was indeed a demon from hell, as he claimed. Is it possible that something supernatural was at play? Or is this just the product of fear and imagination in a city on edge? By the end of 1919, the attacks stopped as suddenly as they had begun. The Axeman seemed to vanish without a trace. No more murders, no more letters, nothing. To this day, the identity of the Axeman remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. Many believe he either died, was incarcerated for another crime, or moved to a new city. But the legend of the Axeman still haunts New Orleans. The Axeman's reign of terror left an indelible mark on New Orleans. It became a tale woven into the city's culture, inspiring books, movies, and even songs. The mysterious figure of the Axeman has become a symbol of New Orleans' darker side, a reminder of the city's unique blend of music, mystery, and mayhem. Today, the story is remembered not just for the horror it brought, but for the way it brought a city together, if only for one night, through the power of music. So, what do you think? Was the Axeman a cold-blooded killer, a madman, or something beyond our understanding? What happened to him? Did he just disappear? Let us know your theories in the comments below. If you're as intrigued by the mysteries of the world as we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have more dark tales and unexplained mysteries coming.